Hours, days, weeks, months. We've waited for what seems like an eternity for this moment to come. The opening of a new deer hunting season. Then, in an instant, all of a sudden, it's upon us. The blood, the sweat, the plans, the preparation, all of it now will be put to the test.
I think we're just about ready to go.
And finally, we head to the woods. We climb into the trees, we watch the sunrise, and we wait. If luck is with us, everything will lead to one single moment. And in that moment, it might all remarkably come together. Or it might not.
The 2013 season begins now. Woo! I'm so freaking pumped. So pumped. Come get at it.
Back in the wild again, and I felt right at home where I belong.
Excited would be an understatement. Elated would be selling it short. Words can't quite explain how it feels to have deer season finally arrive. Luckily, words aren't needed. I know that you can relate to that feeling I'm describing.
Bugs. I think you gotta do the eye thing though, like I do. The face gonna go bugs. I'm getting goofy being out here now. But seriously, I wanna see some bugs.
When things don't go as planned, that excitement can quickly fade to frustration and despair.
You know on those TV shows when they sometimes put that warning up before the show starts, it says warning, do not attempt at home. I'm thinking that I need to put one of those up before my shows because really any tactic or strategy you see me making, don't give it a try because it's just gonna end up screwing things up. Assuming things go as they've gone for me so far this year, couldn't have gone much worse. But cold front hit today, it's raining, so I'm gonna get back out there and try again. What do they say? They say do as I say, not as I do. I guess right now I'm kind of taking a risk and I'm gonna hunt a stand. The wind's not quite right, but I'm doing that for two reasons. One, again, that weather's really good tonight. Two, I'm in the best position I think I can get in to have a chance at a shooter buck. And three, even though the wind's not right, I've got two things going for me. One, I've got an ozonics unit, which I really do think makes a difference, knocking down a good amount of my scent. And then number two, I'm gonna be in the same stand I was in last night, which is a box blind that can be fully enclosed. So I'm gonna keep the windows closed for as much of the night as I can. That way, hopefully my scent will stay pretty self-contained and I'll avoid contaminating any of the air downwind. Cross my fingers. Either I'm gonna look like a genius after tonight and I played a risky hand and it'll pay off and I'll get that buck, or I'm gonna look like the idiot that I usually do and I'm not gonna see anything, or a nice buck will come in and be straight downwind of me and he'll booger out of there. So probably what's gonna happen, but I've got my fingers crossed that maybe it doesn't. So
believe that 6-shooter bedded out in that CRP right there. Something just spooked a bunch of deer out of the cornfield, I think, to the south of here. A bunch of does came running out and I saw another deer pull up my binocs. I knew it was him. He had some corn stuck in his antlers and stuff, so he did just what he used to do 2 years ago and headed to that CRP and bedded down, so I'm trying to keep an eye on where he was. He disappeared now, but he's down, I think, low in this tall grass, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on over there and hopefully he decides to come our way. 6-shooter was a deer that was on this farm 2 years ago. He was really the only shooter buck that year on this farm when I was hunting it. I never saw him in 2012 at all, so I assumed that he had died from the winter. Had so much history of that deer.
Finally, at the end of the night, it looked like my risk would pay off.
We got a couple big bucks coming in. One's a definite shooter.
And one of them was my top buck on the farm, Leaner. Unfortunately, my greatest fear was realized when a group of does moved in directly downwind and blew me out. The jig was up. Close, but not close enough. The following Tuesday, another member of our team, Dustin Hodgkin, had an equally exciting but ultimately disappointing close encounter.
Looks like my brother's boy ran out of gas in his four-wheeler.
Dustin is one of my best buddies down here in southern Michigan, and he's also the brother of another teammate, Stetson Hodgkin.
Yeah, this is gonna walk out in your backyard instead of stand ordeal here.
Similar to his brother, Dustin this year is figuring out how to make the balancing act work between being an avid whitetail hunter and a new husband and father.
Too shabby for no paper tuning yet. Just made one tiny adjustment. Me and the boy are gonna keep shooting here. He's quite the shooting partner. He's being pretty good today. Well, he's always pretty good, but a few miles from our main farm. We actually just bought the tillable ground. There's a killer swamp on the back side of it. No good way to get out here. There's a bunch of fingers coming off the swamp and I have to walk all the way around the edge or just kind of pick my way across the center of this field, but these beans are up to my stomach almost. They're tall. We're gonna get out here, get this camera set up, and then we got beach volleyball tonight. After that, we are gonna drive around and look for deer till dark. The wife doesn't know that yet, but she's stuck. She's in my truck, and she's held hostage till dark now, so. I just jumped a little buck. Bedded right out in the middle of the beams. This looks like a little 4-point or something. Oh, what do we got there? That's a little better deer. Well, my wife's got to coach volleyball tonight. It's October 8th, and I find myself doing a lot of filming driving down the road because I don't have time any other time of the day. I just ran all the way over to Columbia and dropped my son off to my wife so she can watch him while she coaches volleyball. And now I am driving the speed limit all the way to Concord to go get in the tree. Got a southeast wind tonight, south-southeast. I'm gonna go get on the edge of a new farm. Scouted it this summer a little bit. It looks really good. I've known the farm forever but never been able to hunt it, so just picked it up this year. But So yeah, we're gonna head out there, and I gotta set a stand. It's 3:30, so hopefully by 4 o'clock I will be to a tree and hanging a lone wolf.
Kind of a mess getting set up, but hoping they'll be coming from this direction here and work their way up the field. See what happens. First time I've ever hunted this farm. It's 55 yards. Shot right under him. Wow. If I don't get the blood flowing, I don't know what will. I'm gonna review the footage real quick. I'm 99% sure I shot right underneath him. He took a couple steps right before I drew back, so I'm sick to my stomach right now. I can't get over that. I know that's a long shot, but I practice it all summer long. That was only 55 yards. I shoot out to 70 and 80 all summer.
I looked the arrow over. There's no hair, no blood, no nothing on it, so as I thought, looks like a clean miss. So it's better than wounding him.
Few things sting as bad as a missed opportunity. I know Dustin is still feeling it today. That morning, Josh and I packed up and headed down to Ohio for our first hunt on the new lease.
You can't help but move. That's about there. We're just about to head out for our first hunt on the Ohio lease. So, packing up our final things, we're gonna head to the woods.
We got down here just before 4 o'clock. Took us a little longer to get down here than we thought. Came down, we set up a tree stand, and we're in the tree ready to go. If you can see over there, Mark's walking across the bean field.
Well, the hunt is not off to a good start today. I got to the spot I was gonna hunt here in my new Ohio lease, and set the tree stand up, and got all settled in, turned on my camera for an interview, and the battery had died. Don't know how, don't know why, but it did. So I've just sprinted as much as I could and sneaked the rest of the way all the way back to my truck to get my bag on camera. Now I'm heading back to the tree. I'm not doing so good this season.
The hunt that night started slow, but eventually the deer started moving.
Just saw my first 3 deer of the night. 3 does that crossed this little grassy field about 100 yards away. And out to the bean field. The wind is pushing our scent out into the field, and we're hoping to catch something. I've got a kind of cove of beans that goes deep into this timber, probably 300 yards long, and I can see all the way down it. So if nothing else, I'm hoping to see how deer are crossing or using this open area to better plan how we want
At 6:30, things took a turn for the better. As a giant buck appeared down the field edge about 400 yards away. He slowly began moving in. My heart rate accelerated to near overload, and I prepared myself for a shot.
Got a really nice buck here. Been watching him about an hour. It's about 75 yards. So need to come in another 15 yards and get a shot.
My moment had come.
With like 15 minutes daylight left, the smaller deer came and crossed by in front of me about 50 yards with another little dink. But the big one just stood there, still 73 yards away from me. I wasn't about to shoot that little one when the giant could still possibly follow. That smaller deer passed by, and then the big boy stood there forever.
As big bucks often do, he turned around and walked out of my life.
I grunted at him. He looked like he was gonna start coming my way again. But he never appeared. So, really incredible night. So close, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Another season has now begun, and the marathon continues from here. A hunting season is a series of moments, a montage of sunrises and sunsets, a roller coaster of emotions. We've ridden that roller coaster so far this year quite a ways up and then right back down. But there's plenty of season left and many more moments to come. Hopefully soon that one single moment will go our way.
Well, it's September 20th, and I am actually not going whitetail hunting anytime soon. I'm actually heading out to Idaho. Me, my buddy Dustin, and Andy are packing up. So we're going to be hitting the road, driving 24 hours straight into southeast Idaho. We're going to be chasing some elk. Can you imagine how good this beard's going to look by the end of my elk trip, huh? Oh, yeah. I was born to grow a beard.
Alright, we're about 10 miles in. Divided by 10. There's the truck back there. Might be a little windy, but we might be 3/4 of a mile in. We're heading somewhere up into that country, so we're just gonna get a little ways up in there tonight and see what we see and see what we can hear.
Yep, that'd be us.
We're all hunkered down, watching our snow.
Gotta stay warm.
Yeah. Get this out. There he is.
He's resting now.
He looks tired. Ow! Ow!